Hello everyone, this is Oxalis in a not really dead world versus world. In the video showing how single catapult and two roamers in off-peak can take half the map from the more powerful server. We used the catapult to take the tower, so the swords on Rampart, which was green at that time, and Rander took northern camp and returned to find enemy trebuchets. They fought like devils, but we took the northern camp. Video starts at trebuchets though. In the very beginning they were running one by one to defend their trebuchets, but as Traherne said, this won't end well. However, 2 minutes later, the situation has actually changed, and we were pushed away from the trebuchets and forced to fight them near their spawn. During the night, Augury Rock has managed to take whole Aurora borderland and fortify it. What me and Alaric encountered was a group of defenders who actually wanted to retake the borderlands. So when we saw the swords on Rampart, we knew they are attacking it. Finding the trebuchets was just a matter of time. So those trebuchets here, they became a hotspot of a fight. They want to defend it, we want to attack it. Because it is close to the north camp, they are able to come back even when we kill them, which means we are not able to win this fight, but we can have some fun. When Alaric got downed, I used Well of Action because I wanted quickness to resurrect him. What is extremely important in this particular fight is the terrain. If you watch this fight, you will see that enemy rangers have a lot of problems with line of sight against us, and very often we cannot support each other because of how the terrain is located. Between jumps and all those micro cliffs, it's hard. So Alaric is dead and we can't do anything about it. And because of distances, it is completely unfeasible for him to reinforce me, so now it is a matter of time for me to die as well. So, terrain. Remember, I've said that terrain here is actually very interesting. I cannot win this fight, I can't really escape, so I can take as many with me as humanly possible. Let us use the terrain. I am glass, my opponents are glass, but because of line of sight they come close, like in PvE in dungeons. Corner stack, gravity well, furious interruption, and quickness stomp. No! My loot! That hood might have been the precursor for legendary armor. Well, okay, it might not have been, but it's at least one silk. Having my morale crushed by not being able to pick up loot, I've died. So we ran to enemy rampart as soon as possible, hoping to catch them again, and possibly steal the rampart from them. Unfortunately, we weren't fast enough. They have opened it and killed the Lord, and so we prepared for another stand. The problem is, this has flipped while I was inside but Alaric was not, so I had to port him in. This means they have jumped us, not we jumped them. We are slightly unprepared and we got split. Not a major problem usually, but this time the terrain doesn't favor me. Enemies are able to range me at will and I cannot line of sight them. Compare how fast I die with the previous fight. Unfortunately, last tick of the Chaos Storm has revealed me from skill number 2, so I got revealed and stomped. If not for that, Alaric killing one opponent would have rallied me. Oh well, we have not stolen this keep. So we are back to square one. They have attacked Fire Keep though, and this time we are closer. We ran to Fire Keep, let them open it, and attacked them while they were at enemy lord, to use the lord as the terrain and environmental hazard in a way. In this fight we have all possible advantages. They do not expect us coming, they are focusing on the lord mostly, so they are out of cooldowns. We have actually ambushed them, and the lord does not focus neither me nor Alaric. Now this time, the mist form took the elementalist directly to Alaric, so still at 2. As we attacked from surprise, we have managed to down some, and every downed opponent is someone his allies have to either res or do something about. So it is enough to push enemies out of the downed, or make a kill zone there, and Lord should be able to finish the downed completely on his own. I mean, Firekeep Lord is particularly nasty. Okay, so at this point I am on critical hit points, and I completely need to disengage the fight. So I run away! While I was escaping, Alaric has managed to down enemy Herald. I secured the stomp with Chaos Storm, and it is 2 of us against 2 of them and the Lord. The Lord still focuses enemy, notably enemy warrior, so we were able to help the Lord a bit, to kill a warrior and turn the fight to our favor. Now, You can see how much of this fight was decided by the fact we had environmental assistance in the form of the Lord. High crowd control, high damage, and we could disengage from the fight. And then Lord looked at me and decided chronomancers are evil. Whoops! Gotta disengage, have to disengage, ASAP disengage. Okay, away from the circle, there are shrines, I need to disengage again. Alaric is dancing with the ranger. Where is my disengage? Wait, he is following me? Blood frenzy, if he hits me, I'm dead. Whoops, almost dodged into a lava. This place is even worse than the circle. Okay, back to the circle, back to the shrine, firing at me. I actually love circles. Oh, enemy ranger disengaged. Yay. And I am running towards him. Nope, 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 nope. Back to the Lord, back to the Lord. Everything wants to kill me today. Phew, thanks God for Alaric. He has managed to kill the Lord. And now it became a fair 2 versus 1 fight. So, as you can see, the Lord, the environmental situation, the environmental effects are extremely powerful. And this ranger actually played very intelligently. Actually, look at it this way. He is 1, there are 2 of us, yet if any of us would make a visible mistake, he could have defeated us, or at least changed it into 1 versus 1. And this, more or less, is how we have managed to take Fire Keep without using a single ram. Our moment of glory was broken by the trebuchet fire. They have returned to treb our keep. Well, we have waypoint and all that, so we of course went out to meet them in the fight. This keep is ours after all, we deserve it. We have found ourselves under arrow card fire, facing 2 opponents and 2 trebuchets, on a very interesting terrain. And this terrain actually gives a lot of advantages to an elementalist, which we didn't notice at that time yet, but as we have focused an elementalist, he was able to mistform to safety, falling from the cliff, which would usually kill us. So right, the target has been changed into the warrior, and as this is a 2 versus 1 fight, let me use the opportunity to talk with you about my love for the fish. Nah, joking. Although if you know some kind of fish poetry, it's the good moment to read it. So enemy last standing ranger came and resurrected the elementalist. And here a moment of sadness. The ranger was like, "Remember me? You have stolen my keep. Now I will steal your life." Alaric is immobilized and got pushed by ranger's longbow. No! Actually, there wasn't much he could have done about it. It was simply a very good play on opponent's part. But this leaves me 1 versus 2. And, spoilers, Alaric doesn't know we have waypoints in the keeps. And I have no time to type it. 1 versus 1 against a ranger. And a earth elemental. At least before the elementalist gets rallied again. Well, one thing bow rangers do not like is being in melee. So I have managed to push him, force him to heal. But I need to play in sneaky ways. I'm not attacking. First I need to heal myself. The ranger cannot really maneuver in this tight plateau, and although I do not have many places to line of sight, that is, I don't have any places to line of sight, I do have some defenses. So, an enemy Herald comes. Is he alone? No, he has an elementalist, the same elementalist. Actually, it's a very good play on the side of the elementalist, because we are never able to defeat him completely. But the elementalist knows he is immortal, so he plays too aggressively, and in the end his impact in the fight is not what it could have been. I do admit that this terrain is not the best for Glassy Elementalist. Note one thing, enemies are always coming 1 by 1 or 2 at a time. If they grouped together, if they waited a bit, they would annihilate me, at cost of 1 trebuchet at most. Wait, what? No! Phew! I love my dumb luck. I mean really, this would rally both the Herald and the Elementalist. And they could have hit the wall with the treb, so no waypoint. They would be able to group together, and it would get much harder to face them. Especially as we don't have many pushbacks, and they do. So this moment could have changed the whole battle. By the way, Alaric is coming. And it is actually about time, because if he didn't come, they would have downed me this time. Okay, let's zoom out a bit and talk about higher level strategy. This terrain is particularly bad for people who do not have defenses other than mobility. So, ranged classes have it quite bad here, and people without pushback or stability have it quite bad here. But we are willing because enemies are not grouping and they come 1 by 1. Also, they are far away from their waypoint. Yes, I have actually lived through that. No, I have no idea how. They are 3 at this point, not 2 anymore, but they didn't expect that I have claws while I am escaping, so we have managed to down an elementalist. But this time Alaric got slightly fed up, so he jumped after the elementalist to stomp him once and for all. I cannot stop the warrior from raising the revenant, and sadly this time against 2 heavies my defenses are slowly crumbling. Is this the end? Nope, Alaric is back, and he focused the revenant, and he has managed to stomp him, rallying me. And this is how it went. They were coming, and we were killing them. After they stopped coming, they started defending towers and keeps, but they did not attack our side of the map anymore. This is how we actually managed to take whole part of the borderland for ourselves. Okay, so from my point of view, desert borderlands are not dead. From many people's point of view, they are dead. The key is, very often you can look at the map and try to predict where the opponents will be located. Right now I'm having quite a lot of fun fighting against Dragcar Lake and Fortranek. They do have small-scale players and they are quite skilled. And they do fight on desert borderlands. The terrain gives a lot of tactical play, and as you can see, 2 players are able to do a lot if you know where the opponents are located, if you are tenacious enough, and if you are willing to take at least 1 or 2 structures to force the fights to happen. Because no, World vs World is not dead. It changed, but it is still World vs World. Roaming still works. In the old Borderlands we would not be able to take Bay, now Fire Keep, because Lord wouldn't help us like he did this time. As long as I play Gw2, I'm going to play World vs World. With Alaric we might not be the most skilled or most coordinated team, but 2 of us were enough to hit Aurora Glade. Quite a high server. If we can do it, probably so can you. So thank you very much for watching, Urxalis out.